But then, trailbackers gained a powerful friend in an important place.
George Mickelson was elected governor in November 1986. And quite shortly after he was sworn in late January 1987, I'm sitting in George Mickelson's office, and we're laying out a plan for the rail trail.
I remember like it was yesterday, walking into his office and hearing the passion and the feelings that he had for this trail and how important it was to get it done. And, it was a true belief on his part that the Mickelson Trail one day would be as important an asset to the Black Hills as some of the things that were done as a result of the vision of Norbeck, the establishment of Custer State Park, Korjak with the carving on Crazy Horse, or Gutzon Borglum and his vision for Mount Rushmore. And he really was that far-sighted on this, that he believed that this fell in that category.
Not everyone agreed. Only a few months into Mickelson's term as governor, a group of people who owned land along the trail filed suit in circuit court. Court records say they weren't trying to stop the trail, but they were looking for compensation. By then, the rail conversion movement had found friends at the Burlington Northern. The railroad had transferred 2 pieces of land back to local ownership, and they were ready to hand over more. Guy Edwards says some transfers were only a signature away from completion when he was able to persuade rail executives to wait. The railroad
voluntarily agreed to stop all the transfer of any deeded land they owned to everybody clamoring to get control of the piece of ground that was next to their property they owned.
Then, in 1991, the circuit court ruled against the landowners in the 1987 lawsuit. They appealed their case to the South Dakota Supreme Court. But by 1991, work on a portion of the trail was already complete. Governor Mickelson, Guy Edwards, Dick Lee, and others celebrated the opening of a 6-mile stretch of what was called the Burlington Northern Heritage Trail.
5 years ago, Guy and I had a dream. We imagined that we could save this old railroad bed and make it a permanent part of the way people could enjoy the Black Hills.